Hey everybody, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. And today we're talking about Rogers has been growing a lot, but it's not in residential. It's something completely different. So let's talk about that. But before we begin, if you could like and share this video, that would make the world of difference. I try to produce as much content as humanly possible about Northwest Arkansas, obviously. So liking and also sharing just make sure that everyone can live, work, and play all in NWA. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. Also, if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is. It's literally a starter pack full of all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. What are the schools like? What are the hospitals like? What's going on in the downtown sections? What are all the things you'd want to know about Northwest Arkansas? Literally put right into a package, shipped right to your home. Right there. So literally put a package right to your home. So enter your address below, name, address, state, where is this going to? If you enter all that information below, I make sure they get the package shipped to you right away, of course. And also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And, it is my favorite four-letter F word. Free! So enter your information below and make sure they get the package shipped to you right away. All right, so Rogers has grown exponentially the last couple years, 5, 7 years, obviously. And it's not necessarily in residential, it's actually in the business section. And so we're talking about what are those reasons? Why has actually Rogers grown so much and actually almost outpaced the competition around the area? And why is this happening? And the first reason that Rogers is growing exponentially is because honestly, truly, they have kind of two downtown sections. Now, some would argue that, there's a downtown Rogers towards Lake Atlanta, which is considered the old downtown section. And then I would consider the new downtown section, which there's so much going on, and it's over in Pinnacle. So with both those things, two are completely opposite when it comes to the kind of business styles that are going on in Rogers. So in the old downtown section, you're gonna have very old brick roads, the rail yard, an actual splash pad, a great park for kids. They have the rail yard live with a big venue over there. They have the rail yard actual bike, the whole bike thing over there. Then they have Lake Atlanta and all the pathways. So this is a very family-centric, very downtownsy feel around downtown Rogers. That's the old style. That's the old kind of Rogers. Obviously, there's a lot of businesses moving there, but there's a lot of apartment complexes, a lot of multifamily, a lot of new developments happening there. But the thing about Rogers is that it doesn't have a lot of space to grow when it comes to residential. It has a lot of space to grow when it comes to either apartment multifamily or businesses. And so that's the downtown section, is because there's so many coffee shops, so many restaurants, so many art walks, so many cool things going on that downtown section of Rogers. And then on the other side of Rogers, in the Pinnacle side, which is just right off the highway. So Pinnacle I would definitely consider more upper class, like black and white stores. They're gonna have the Walmart amphitheater. You're gonna have a lot more different, I would say, shopping mall, outdoor kind of stuff over there. That's, I consider, the other downtown section of Rogers, and that's gonna be heavy business as well. So with both those sections going on, you can kind of place your business anywhere if you want it in the older section or the newer section. You have so many options when it comes to the downtown Rogers, because you can live the best of both worlds in that case. And number two, the reason why Rogers is growing exponentially when it comes to business is honestly because of Pinnacle. Now, the old downtown Rogers is definitely growing fast, but Pinnacle, billions with a B, billions of dollars have been spent in Pinnacle. Whether it's obviously the movie theaters, the up and coming Whole Foods, the new apartments, all the different restaurants that are going there, the current restaurants, there's so much money being poured into that Pinnacle section because it's becoming a hub for all those different things. It's becoming a major hub for Northwest Arkansas of all the shopping, all the eating, all the food, all the cool things, Topgolf, the whole thing. It's all right there. So that's why Pinnacle is getting so much attention, is because billions of dollars have been spent in that, almost less than a mile. I mean, it's not this small, but it's how much has been poured right into there the last couple of years has been fascinating and cool to see just development happen, because they see where it's going. Now, obviously, Pinnacle is right on 49, so that's a major perk of the area, easy access, on and off, the whole thing. So that is definitely a game changer when it comes to development. It's easy to push people there. So there's that. So anyways, that's a big reason why obviously it's growing, is because of the amount of actual money being poured into Pinnacle. That's why Rogers is growing exponentially in the business section. Whoa, before we jump on to the next point, I have something brand new called Instant Home Updates. So maybe you're using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is. It's literally instant home updates. So enter your information below: name, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms, where do you want to move to? Enter all that information below. I'll make sure you don't miss a single notification when it comes to homes for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, every single Friday, I send an email out just kind of talking about all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas. What new musicians are coming here. The Walmart amphitheater has so many So many people coming here. What's going on at the Walmart Amphitheater? What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's going on at First Fridays? What's going on at First Thursdays? What's downtown Fayetteville doing? What's going on in Springdale? The whole thing. What businesses are moving here? What new things are being built in Pinnacle Hills? You never know. I send that all the information out in one single email every single Friday, kind of keeping you up all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. So enter your email below. I'll make sure you get that email sent every single Friday. But side note, you will get a little fear of missing out, a little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you'll be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And the third reason why actual Rogers is growing in the business section so fast and so well is because a lot of vendors for Walmart, JB Hunt, and Tyson, specifically Walmart, are actually at Pinnacle. So we're going back to Pinnacle again, and so Pinnacle holds a lot of those vendors right there. So if you're driving around Pinnacle area right off 49, you're gonna notice big vendors like Coca-Cola and all those areas, like obviously Mars and all the other areas over there that are like big buildings dedicated to vendors for Walmart. Now, if you weren't aware, if you spend a certain amount of money with Walmart, you're required to have an office in Northwest Arkansas. So Pinnacle ended up being that place. A lot of them end up there. And so a lot of people are there. And so it drew a lot of money, which is just this cycle. And so that's part of the reason why Rogers has grown that fast when it comes to business, is because of the vendors sitting at Pinnacle. And the fourth reason why Rogers has grown so fast when it comes to the business section is honestly, going back to Pinnacle, but going back to the downtown Rogers, is the foot traffic. It's almost a cycle where it's like, if you can combine hotels, good housing, obviously multifamily housing, apartments, again, food, things to do, shopping centers, movies, you create this cycle of foot traffic. And so it becomes this thing. It's like, if you're going to put a business somewhere, you need foot traffic. And so that's why Pinnacle is and also downtown Rogers is such a big deal, because they have so much foot traffic. And so, like I mentioned before with Pinnacle, is that obviously Pinnacle has all the actual vendors there. Downtown Rogers, near the rail yard, has a lot of families visiting there, between the rail yard live, the biking, the coffee shops, the things to do, the actual splash pads, the whole thing over there. So they drive foot traffic. And so both those areas drive so much foot traffic that businesses want to flock to those areas, because when you open a business, especially if you're front-facing, customer-facing, you need to have foot traffic, and that's part of the reason why Rogers has grown so much. And the last one is the reason why Rogers has grown in business so much is because of the infrastructure. So if you are currently on 49, driving down 49 near Pinnacle and other areas, you're gonna notice 3 or 4 overpasses being built over Rogers, over 49. And so they have continued to develop more on-ramps and off-ramps, and the whole infrastructure around Pinnacle, downtown Rogers, has grown exponentially. But definitely more emphasis has been put onto Pinnacle, just because of Arkansas Department of Transportation, Rogers City have been developing easier ways to get on and off around Pinnacle, because of, obviously, that's part of the downtown section, at least one of the downtown section of Rogers. And so that's the reason why Rogers has grown so much, is because they have planned for infrastructure. They've worked with Arkansas Department of Transportation, RDOT, and they are making it easier to access, go back and forth over 49, the major highway, just to make sure that there's no, congestion of traffic. Because when you start adding those overpasses, you can add more businesses, buy more land, add things, blah, 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 the whole thing. So as those things are being developed and they are almost being finished, it's going to increase, obviously, business production there, because there's more spaces and more things to do, more places to travel over. And so it's cool to see Rogers get ahead of the curve, because this has been 3, 4, 5 years in the making when it comes to this infrastructure. This is not something you can cook up in 6 months. So they've definitely planned this for quite some time. And so it's cool to see Rogers being so forward thinking when it comes to infrastructure and business and the whole thing. So it's always fun to see that happen. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you are thinking about coming down to Northwest Arkansas, download my 3-day itinerary link below. Maybe you're an adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is, whatever it is, there's a 3-day itinerary link down below for you. So go ahead and download it, use it when you get down here. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you the $10 tour, so I can kind of show you around the whole area. Plus, we can check out some homes for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar will go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, we'll see you next one.